Hi guys, Puddin here with the game for you in my Arizona. And as you can see here, it is a Tier 6 game. Now,
Action stations!
I like this ship just a little bit more than the New Mexico, but the New Mexico is a very solid, very strong, good ship. I just feel like these guns seem to be just a little bit more punchier than the New Mexico. And the New Mexico has some really solid guns to begin with. I do believe this is my Montana captain in the Arizona, and as you can see initially, I'm going to head to the east. I just like heading to the east a little bit more. It's a little bit more open.
Enemy force detected.
As you guys well know, I like to play a little bit more aggressively, and the less islands there are, the better off I am. For little destroyers to sit behind them and potentially torpedo me. I do know that there is an aircraft carrier in the game. I'm not too worried about it, even though this ship does not have any good AA. It is a bogue, and most bogues don't run strike loadout because if they run up against anyone else, a Tier 5 carrier, they just can't defend their planes, and they have to be extremely smart about how they do it. Now, I noticed that the West was kind of getting a little light on ships. They were showing that some of their ships were going. See this Cleveland at range. Gonna take a shot at him. Hopefully I aim correctly, and it's gonna get a nice solid hit on him. Watching the shells come in, and oh,
Target penetrated.
nice penetrating strike. A Citadel. That guy is now not liking life very much. You see the enemy Bajonia here. Gonna swing these turrets to get the rear turrets involved in
Fire alarm.
this fight, because I'm really not seeing a battleship that can take a shot at me, 'cause I really can't take a shot at them. So I might as well shoot the enemy cruiser here that is reversing. Was gonna shoot at the guns, but then I noticed that he was coming to a stop to reverse. I take a shot. The friendly battleship does massive damage to him. Looks like the RNG was just like, well, you got your hit on this Citadel, so you can't do it on this gentleman. Notice that the Bajonia is backing up, so focus my attention on the enemy Konigsberg, and I do notice that there is a destroyer in the area. Take my shots a little bit too early. I should have waited just a little bit longer and aimed a little bit higher for him to do his turn, and all of those fall harmlessly into the ocean. Now I am going to take the long way around due to the island here, but I am going to swing my back turrets and to try to get the front also, to see if I can get a shot on anybody while I make my trip around this lovely island here. I couldn't shoot the enemy battleship, so I'm going to shoot at the enemy Dunkirk here. This guy's offering me all of his side, so it would be rude of me not to shoot at him. But I had failed to notice that he wasn't driving in a straight line per se. He was actually angled up just a little bit to where none of my shells actually connected with him. Now, as you can see, we're starting to get a little heavy shipped on the west. We have a couple guys in the middle. Our carrier is actually moving, and there's only 2 guys on the east. see the enemy Konisberg. I'm gonna take a shot at him. Enemy destroyer pops up. And this gentleman is shooting, I believe, AT.
Bullseye.
Get a nice solid hit on a Konisberg, but no time to bask in that glory. With an enemy destroyer that is quickly trying to close the range to drop his torpedoes. Now these turrets take a long time to turn, so sometimes you're actually better off to turn the entire ship just to turn the turrets. But I can't exactly turn the entire ship because I do have the island in the way. So what I'm trying to do is bait this guy into dropping his torpedoes. I do have some room to maneuver while I'm waiting for these turrets to rotate. Take my shot, and I noticed he started shooting, which means torpedoes are in the water. He's actually, because I was full broadside, it was good use of AP by him, but the problem is his torpedoes, I don't even know how he aimed them. I thought they would have been a little bit closer. Don't know what the guy was thinking, but at this point this guy should have switched to HE. I'm offering an angle. Once you get any sort of angle, your AP advantage goes away in the destroyer. This guy just manages to turn into all of mine, and he is down. But like I was saying again, if he is offering you a full broadside, your AP will do a lot of damage. The minute they start to turn, your AP damage just drops off to next to nothing. You'd be better off shooting AG. I believe those shots came in from the enemy Konisberg, who just took a big solid hit. And now I'm debating on whether to shoot the Arizona or the Cleveland. I'm gonna shoot the Cleveland because I want to get those fire starters out of the game. Take a shot at him at range. And at this point, I probably should have focused onto the Arizona, only do 1,000 damage to the Cleveland. But I just figured with all the other ships in the area, they should have been able to do some sort of damage to this guy. But at this point, you know, we haven't lost the ship. The more enemy ships that are gone are better off. I'm gonna take a shot at the low health Konisberg, who is sailing away from me and is at range.
Our team has taken the lead.
Now, as you can see, there's the enemy is starting to get to the east a little bit heavy as those shots land and kill the enemy Konisberg. I take a nice hit from the New York, and I have to repair the gun. I'm not going to lose any firepower. It doesn't matter. I don't like not having a gun that could potentially get knocked out. I'm gonna take a shot back at him, hopefully get some payback. New Mexico on the east is getting pounded pretty hard, so he is begging for help. And then because I noticed what was going on the minimap earlier, I positioned myself to actually come over to help these guys. Because if you notice, we have the three ships pushing against an Arizona. The Cleveland, I believe, is dead. And if you notice, the enemy really hasn't made any sort of push to where we've been slowly pushing through the islands in the west. See the Dunkirk failed to notice that it was actually driving a little bit towards me. Misjudged his speed completely, so all of those shots just go into the ocean. Another situation where I failed to read what the ship was actually doing. Now the Dunkirk is turning. I don't know why he's turning. He's got a lot of health. He was going to be bowing to me, but now he's showing all of his side. Take another shot at him. Hopefully these will connect. And only one connected for 2,000. I forgot how maneuverable that ship actually is, and it actually does turn fairly quickly, so once again, I just misjudged the Dunkirk. So it looks like the Dunkirk is now going to use that island to shield himself from me. He's not going to come out and deal with me. He's going to take those long-range shots on the guys in the west. So all I see is New York, who's offering me not too much side. He is fairly well angled, and here comes another destroyer. But I know that this guy has extremely short-range torps. There are 2 ships behind me that can shoot this guy. So, I'm gonna start making my turn, get my secondary strain on him, which will probably do next to nothing. If they kill him, be a small miracle. This guy's now within torpedo range, but I kind of have to cut my speed just a little bit to get these guns into play. But I also do that to try to give them a mislead on their torpedo lead, making my turn. And because I actually wasn't traveling, I cut my speed even more, I'm able to make the turn and avoid all of his torpedoes. Take another shot at the New York, hoping they get some sort of payback for him knocking out a gun. And there's the final enemy destroyer, smoked up, gonna start shooting me. Luckily, I know I'm not within his torpedo range, never was, so I don't have to worry about torps. But I was worried about the enemy Fuso, because I'm well within his range. He's not within my range. But the guy seems to be shooting HE. I don't understand why a battleship would ever shoot HE. I grant you there are very few situations where it is warranted. I just personally don't, unless the enemy team comprises of nothing but destroyers. And even then, I would be debating with myself just to stick with the AP, just for the guaranteed damage. Fuso doesn't seem to be particularly caring about me at all. So I take the opportunity to turn back in because A, I wasn't detected. The Fuso just doesn't seem to be concerned with me. But I am actually trying to use the island and the smoke cloud to get within what I consider very good range for these ships, which is about, I want to say, about 10 kilometers, is extremely good range for the U.S. battleships. The Germans, maybe a little bit closer, within secondaries. They just have extremely strong armor, to where you really can't get citadeled unless you get plunging shots at range on you. Notice New York was actually sailing away a little bit, makes his turn, take my shot, do a nice solid 6,000 damage, and I see that the enemy destroyer is still in the area. Not particularly sure where he is, because obviously nobody can get eyes on him. So I'm just going to focus my attention on New York because I am closing the gap on him. Because like I said, I do like to get in close. I like to take some of the RNG out of whether or not the shells hit or miss. Do a nice solid damage, leave him at 50 health. So at this point, there's really no other option. Gotta get these rear guns into play to finish this guy off. He needs to die before he reloads. And yes, that lovely overpen finished off the New York. My secondaries probably could have done it if they hit him. Now, notice the Fuso is full broadside to me, kind of aiming for his front guns, or actually aiming for them to fall underneath his front guns to get a nice hit, and I do get a nice 7,000 damage done to him. 2 penetrations and 1 overpen. But once again, he kind of just doesn't seem to be shooting at me, shooting at somebody else.
Battle ends in 5
And
minutes.
I do remember that he was shooting HE, so I'm like, well, if this idiot is still shooting HE, he's going to show absolutely no incline to switch to AP. Maybe I'd be better getting all my guns into play because, well, he's shooting HE. And with that 5,000 damage, I get Confederate. And for some ungodly reason, this guy gets some really nice damage done with his HE and sets a stinking fire on me. Gonna let it burn. Get another 4,000 damage done to him. But like I said, I'm not worried about this guy switching to AP. He's shown absolutely no real knowledge or skill of the game. Showing me way too much side. Going slow. Got another salvo out. There's a Citadel for 11,000 damage. Buddy, you really need to learn not to sit broadside to an enemy battleship, especially under 8 kilometers. It's not good. They can easily ruin your day. Even a German battleship can take massive penetrating strikes if he's this close to another battleship offering his full broadside. This guy's still firing HE, which I'm assuming he might be shooting at the aircraft carrier, but more or less I'm just trying to look at him, just trying to close the gap to see if this guy gets his head out of his ass and switches to AP, which he's not, and I even say something to him in all chat. But as we can see, I went into this battle already low health, and this guy had a lot more health, and I just done a lot of damage to this guy. Might as well stay broadside, might as well keep punishing him. 6,000, incapacitate another one of his guns. But this guy's never going to switch to AP, so there's no real threat to me from his AP, so I might as well, you know, stay broadside. Don't have to worry about angling too much. Just get as many guns as I can into this fight. Now, I probably should have went bowing to offer a smaller target for this guy to hit. But, like I said, I was just trying to get all of my guns into play. Now I am going to go bow into this guy because I noticed he's turning to get all of his guns into play. Had to put out the fire. Really didn't have a choice. I didn't want it to burn. I am trying to give this guy the benefit of the doubt that he's not that stupid, that he was just going to wait for me to put it out before shooting his next salvo. And, of course, that sets me on fire. Gonna shoot. I had a full broadside full, so get a Citadel.
Destroyed.
Killed him. I am going to burn to death. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I try to give players the benefit of the doubt of being smarter than some of them actually are. There I go. I perished. Final shots off at the Gnevny. Really not going to hit because they were more or less rushed because I knew I was going to die. And now it comes down to whether or not the Gnevny can kill 3 ships within a minute. Spoiler alert, it's not going to happen. He's not even going to try to get on the cap, which would have been the smart move for him to do. But I'm still in awe over the enemy Fuso firing HE. And this guy's probably going to continue on down through his line firing HE and be like, well, I killed in Arizona, so, you know, HE works. You know, this guy must be an idiot for telling me I'm an idiot for using HE. If that guy would have used AP, I never would have been able to really use my rear guns, and he could have done massive damage to me and got me out of the game faster. But no, he stuck with HE. He paid the price. And ultimately, I did pay for the price. But now, guys, with the game quickly wrapping up, like I said, the Gnevny not going to pull his pull this one out for his team. We are going to get the win. We are going to check out the post-battle. And as you can see here, 123,000 damage done, 10,000 experience. Got the Confederate flag. Number one on the team with 1,900 base experience with 4 ships sent to the bottom of the sea. Walked away with 355,000 credits, which is always nice, but it is a premium, and that's premiums too. And as we can see here, most of my damage coming from my main batteries with 1,900. What is it? About 3,000 from secondaries, 95 with fire. I just want to say thank you guys for all the support you've been giving us. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Keep those replays coming in, and have yourselves a great day.